This is the prison of horror everyone is talking about. This is the entrance of Saydnaya Prison. Its secrets revealed for the first time and opened to the world on December 8, 2024. One of the most notorious prisons.
I swear by Almighty God to safeguard the interests and freedoms of the people.
A country once run by mafia-like gangs. This is a drug pill factory here in Damascus, the largest in the world. Practicing organized crime, intimidation, torture, murder, and the production and distribution of drugs.
A major drug smuggling operation has been foiled.
What did you see when you went there? What was the worst prison? Mafia gangs, disguised as a state and regime. This is the entrance. This is the gate. Look what they wrote. Our detainees, you're the pain of the soul and the heartbreak of the victory. The human slaughterhouse. We will neither forget nor forgive. This place was a human slaughterhouse, one of the most infamous and brutal prisons in the world. Saydnaya Prison. We're going in now. There are many missing people.
When people used to pass by this road, they didn't dare to look at the prison due to the heavy security grab.
This prison was built in 1987. And it's the harshest prison under Assad's regime. It's located 30 kilometers north of the capital, Damascus. Look at the number of gates and walls. It's heavily fortified.
Walls, barriers, trenches, and individual guard towers.
Any detainees who entered here endured the most severe forms of torture. These are guard posts where soldiers were stationed. Look, there's a hole for them to hide in. The prison was designed to make breaching it seem impossible. It's isolated, right?
Totally.
Why is it called Sednaya?
It's named after the nearby village, Syria.
They built it far from the city to make it hard to reach so they could freely carry out torture. They all fled, disappeared. They surrendered. All the guards who were here have escaped. Now I'm standing before this. Do you see it behind me? This is the prison building. This is the gate. I'm speechless. They say it's freezing cold inside. Oh my God. This is the first thing you see. Many people came here because the number of detainees was in the thousands. They came to search for their loved ones. They were looking for underground cells. They thought there were underground cells because they found this door with a hole beneath it. These are underground cells. The building has 3 floors and a secret underground floor for solitary confinement cells. Oh, look here. These prisons were spread across the country, designed to torture and kill anyone who dared oppose the regime, and to intimidate others into submission. When solitary confinement and terrifying prisons are mentioned, you might think of the Philippines or El Salvador. But look here. There are no lights even. This is the prison. People were here just a month ago. So much has happened here. No cameras and filming was forbidden. Look at the cell. Imagine being in a cell like this, without knowing your fate or what's happening in the outside world completely cut off. All this without committing any crime. This is Syednaya Prison, nicknamed the Human Slaughterhouse, where tens of thousands of civilians and peaceful dissidents were tortured to death and their bodies disposed of in mass graves. Oh Lord. "28.
There's a door over there. I think something's behind it.
How are you, ma'am?"
I'm fine. Congratulations on the victory and the success. Thank God we're now safe. Peace has returned to us by God's grace, and our country is back. Syria is ours. Thank God.
Did any of your relatives used to be here?
My nephew was here, and so was my cousin.
Since when?
For 15 years, he was a doctor. They arrested him from the mosque.
What did he do?
He did nothing.
Some have been missing for 20 to 30 years.
May God's curse be upon them all.
These are the main dormitories in Saydnaya Prison.
These are the dormitories inside. Look how many gates you have to pass through to get out. Many horrors occurred here. Look how many gates you have to cross to get out. This place will become a museum where anyone in the world can visit and witness the crimes firsthand.
Unfortunately, some documents were destroyed due to the chaotic search by families looking for their loved ones. And some were destroyed by the prison guards.
Do you see the prison's design? It has many floors. You go up and see another floor, then another above, and one below. From above, you see the triangular shape of the prison, but it consists of several floors, including the underground floor we filmed earlier. We've been here for 2.5 hours. All the cells look the same. There were a massive number of people here. There are 250,000 missing people who were in this prison. They couldn't find 250,000 people. In the prison, in a secluded hidden place, there is the human press. They say this was a human press used to dispose of bodies after execution. That's what it was reportedly used for because it was placed in an isolated room. It's something beyond comprehension. Syednaya Prison is just one of hundreds of prisons notorious for terrorizing and torturing civilians and dissidents. How does freedom feel? We went to another nearby prison. Syednaya might be the most famous, but there are far worse ones. They say this is the second worst prison in Syria after Sednaya. An underground prison. Group cell. It's like a horror movie. Human rights organizations estimate that hundreds of thousands were killed in prisons since the revolution began in 2011. Meanwhile, over 100,000 forcibly disappeared remain unaccounted for, likely tortured to death and buried in mass graves. This device alone contains 500,000 pills.
Its trade name is Captagon, and its chemical name is phenethyline. It's a drug that stimulates the nervous system.
Captagon, also known as the poor man's cocaine.
Do you see this factory behind me? This might be the largest Captagon pill factory in the world. They're narcotic pills. This is a drug factory. But inside, there's fruits. This is all fruits. Look at what the former regime did. They operated this factory as a fruit processing plant, but inside the fruits they hid narcotic pills and hashish. They smuggled them to Saudi, Jordan and other countries, harming the entire region. Look at what's written here. Global. Like saying we export drugs to the whole world. They were so proud. Now you'll see this underground factory. Let's go.
9 million pills of the drug Captagon. This was a multi-billion-dollar operation, the world's biggest narco state. Here, the government is the cartel.
They hid Captagon in these too?
They placed quantities of Captagon here.
Ceiling panels with hidden compartments.
These factories were controlled by Mahir al-Assad, the brother of the former regime's leader and the bloodiest figure in the regime. How large is the quantity? Is it significant?
About 10 tons of Captagon.
10 tons. Look at this, guys. Look at the amount of Captagon. These are narcotic pills, killing people. They hid them inside these. These are electrical parts.
And this is their trademark, 2 crescents and a dividing line. These are the pills addicts consume, exported by Mahir al-Assad and his partners to the entire Arab and Western world.
It says here country of origin Syria, and the importer is a company called Ariha. Its devastating impact wasn't limited to its own people but the entire Arab world. Massive quantities, each pill sells for $5. 3 of these are worth $1 million. They earned foreign currency by trafficking these pills. They packed them inside these.
Potatoes for export, filled with large amounts of Captagon. Each could hold around 500 pills. This is supposed to be a cigarette box, but it's packed with Captagon. This is weed.
These tables were used to pack the pills. Look, they would place them inside, then assemble the tables. Imagine, all these pills were inside the table.
These are supposed to be granite slabs, but they're filled with Captagon.
Pills are scattered all over the floor.
These are all Captagon pills. All of these are packed with Captagon.
These narcotic pills were sold in our countries. They came from here. Oh God, look. Pills inside this. This is a voltage regulator.
It's supposed to be a voltage regulator.
We need to crash it.
We'll smash it and take the pills out.
I'll eliminate drugs in the Arab world, guys. Say no to drugs. Do you see the pills?
Look at how many are coming out.
The narcotic pills are starting to pour out. The Arab world is better now. This device alone contains 500,000 pills.
If someone takes these pills, they'll become addicted after just 10 to 20 pills.
Look at what Syria unfortunately became known for. The finest narcotic pills in the world. But Syria will change. They even hid them inside hammers. This is weed. There are 3 tons of it. Look at the size of the factory.
There's raw acid over there.
Look, it's a factory where they manufactured Captagon.
Look at the massive number of cardboard boxes.
These are the boxes they used for shipping. Now, we will enter the cooking area. This entire drug operation has been dismantled and its secrets revealed. The world must witness these crimes.
These are the pots they used to cook the substances.
It feels like a scene from Breaking Bad. They used to cook here. Instead of cooking food, they cook narcotics.
These are remnants of the raw materials used to make the pills. There are even more cooking pots.